Mr. Wade here. So right now, my story brings me back out to the Evergreen Memorial Cemetery out here in Vancouver, Washington. So what brings me here? As Tombstone Whisperer brings you guys another video. Thank you to all our subscribers. Thank you to all our comments we get. We get a lot of good ones and some bad ones, you tell me. But it's all part of the process, you know. So our story today is about a female. Her name is Patricia. Now I'm going to tell you guys a story once, yes, I'm in the right area, but once I find the grave. I know you guys are probably saying, oh, hell no, he ain't gonna find the grave again. Excuse me for saying hell, but oh no, he's not gonna find the grave. I'm in the right area, so I'm gonna take my time and find it. It says it's here, she's here. All respect to all the other graves, of course, but our story remains around Patricia. Stay tuned. As you see, it's a nice day out here in the city of Vancouver, Washington. And we're in the Garden of Love section. That's to be the section where our story takes off today. As you see, the two, you guys probably remember that, the statue of the two standing in the middle of the Garden of Love. We came here numerous times, and of course, Mr. Wade was in the wrong section, but found the grave, of course. But we're looking for Miss Patricia, and once Mr. Wade gets to Patricia's grave to give the respect, I will definitely be getting you guys tuned in. Stay tuned. Mr. Wade here. So I'm still out here at the Evergreen Memorial Cemetery, and unfortunately I could not find the grave. Now, I went in the first section of the Garden of Love, and I went to the second section, and I retraced the first section, and I don't know if Mr. Wade is getting crusty, faulty, or what. But I'm gonna break it down to you what this story is about while I'm out here at the Evergreen Cemetery. All respects to her family. So you have a natural family. You have a mother and father. You have a son, sister, and everybody else, right? Everybody is living their life. Now, Mrs. Patricia, she grows up, becomes a woman, and gets married. Well, apparently she got strangled by this crazy man that strangled her to death and killed her. Yes. The son and the father was, what's the word can I say? Extraordinary, extraught. But this is not the kicker of it. So, the person that actually strangled her, you ready? Her own brother. Yes, her own brother. His name was Dennis, and he admitted to strangling his sister, and went to prison, of course, and I think he got life, but he got out in 10 years on good behavior. So he got out for 10 years on good behavior. So the story is about Patricia, last name Johnson, maiden name Smith. Well, married name Smith. She was murdered by her own brother. And you know, when this guy, I'll post his name up here, when he got out in 10 years, guess who he stayed with? Yes, his mom and dad, of course. He had nowhere else to go. And on the bad part about it, his nephew, the son of the sister that he killed, lived there. So he had to see his uncle every day, every week, every minute, every hour, knowing that this man admitted to killing his mom. And you gotta live in the same house with this guy? Crazy, right? So I'm gonna post, find the grave of her. Once again, Mr. Wade apologized for not being able to find the grave, but I looked. I've been out here for a little over an hour and a half, came, retraced my steps, and could not find it. But I hope this story was a good story. Not a good story on the fact it was murder, but just a good story to entertain you guys on how things are so twisted in the world and how you never know who can do what. So I hope you guys enjoyed, well, not enjoyed, but you know what I mean. Another story by Tombstone Whispers. This is Mr. Wade and Mrs. Crime, and this is about Patricia Johnson Smith, who was murdered by her own brother. Stay tuned for a lot more. Mr. Wade here. You know, sometimes you think you got it. You know, I can go out there and find this grave. And it's been a lot of mishaps because it really helps out when you have the actual location. You know, if it gives you the map coordinates or if it just gives you the actual plotation and you know you're in the right area. And unfortunately today, finding Miss Patricia Johnson Smith, I did not find her grave, but I gave you guys a story. I hope you guys pretty much like the story. It's a sad story of Patricia, but just know that Mr. Wade really looks for his grave, so does Mrs. Crime. And when we can't find it, we feel defeated. But when we find it, it's a great feeling because we give respect to that person. But stay tuned to a lot more videos coming up from Tombstone Whispers. I'm Mr. Wade and Mrs. Crime. Stay tuned.